Are you exhausted from trying to be on all the time in ways that don't feel like you? Tired of performing versions of yourself just to feel safe or accepted? This week, we're talking about what it means to finally stop performing and start embodying the truth of who you are. And I'll walk you through how to sustain that kind of presence without burning out. Make sure to stick around to learn 3 ways to shift from emotional burnout to empowerment that lasts. You ready to show up for you? Come on in. Hey y'all, I'm Mel Morris, courage consultant and spiritual hype woman for the stuck but ready. I help quiet leaders, women, and queer folks take up more space with self trust, intuitive tools, and nervous system led growth. This month, we've been diving deep into mental health awareness through the lens of nervous system healing, emotional regulation, and self trust. And today, we're closing it out by talking about emotional sustainability, how to lead and live from your full self without performing, code switching, or dimming your light. Now, don't forget to subscribe to keep putting your mental health first. Let's get into it. Most of us learned that leading meant shrinking ourselves. We learned to edit ourselves to feel safe. We learned to perform palatable versions of ourselves just to fit in. We learned to let others shine until it was our time. But that kind of leadership is a performance, not a practice. And here's the truth. Performance is exhausting. It burns us out, disconnects us from our bodies, and creates anxiety even when we appear successful. It also distorts our relationship to impact. When you're performing, you might get praise or promotion, but it's not for you. It's for the version of you that people think is acceptable. That disconnect creates emotional exhaustion because you never fully feel seen, no matter how visible you are. Emotional sustainability means showing up in a way that doesn't drain you. It means leading from your nervous system, not your ego. It's not about constant exposure, it's about consistent alignment. You get to decide what showing up fully looks like for you. And it means being grounded in who you actually are, not who you think you need to be. The version of you, the one that pauses before answering, who speaks with feeling and emotion, who sets boundaries and honors their emotional rhythm, that version is the real leader. So here are some signs that you're stuck in performance. You change how you speak or show up based on who's in the room. You're exhausted after being on for too long. You over-explain, over-apologize, or overwork to prove your worth. Now, here's what you want to move into signs that you're building emotional sustainability. You are able to be honest about your capacity or how much you can handle, even when others expect you to take on more. You bring curiosity instead of defensiveness to feedback. You let your truth be visible without packaging it perfectly. When we're emotionally sustainable, we don't abandon ourselves for approval. We bring our full range, our sensitivity, our emotions, our voice, and we lead from there. This is how you build trust with others and, more importantly, with yourself. So, how do you do this? How do you stop performing and start embodying? I'm going to give you 3 ways to shift from that emotional burnout to empowerment that actually can last. So, number 1, notice your code switching cues. So, track when you start changing your tone, your words, or energy to match the room. Awareness is the first step. Write it down. Name what that pattern is. Patterns lose power when they're brought into the light. The more you notice it, the more you can change it. Number 2, choose emotion as a power. Being grounded and emotionally present doesn't make you weak. It makes you real, and being real builds trust, not just with others, but again, with yourself. If you're used to leading from a guarded place, try shifting your tone, making more eye contact, or saying how you really feel, even if it's just one sentence deeper than you usually feel comfortable. And number three, build mental rest into your leadership. Visibility is not a personality trait, it's an energy expense. You need to build in recovery time after showing up big. Can you take a tech free walk, do a grounding ritual, or spend a full afternoon offline? Emotional sustainability requires intentional recovery, not just constant productivity. I know when I have big events, I have to take the day off afterwards because all that energy needs a place to be released. So let's try a micro practice together. Put your feet on the floor, take a slow, steady breath, put a hand on your chest, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and say to yourself, I don't need to do more. I only need to do what I can do right now. Now ask yourself, who am I when I'm not performing? What's one thing I could do this week that aligns with that version of me? Now, I want you to take some time to reflect on that question or even journal about it and see what comes up. It's really important to check in with yourself as often as you can. And here's a pro tip. Start with the smallest, least risky thing. I know I keep saying this, but I want you to think smaller, not bigger and all at once. Embodiment doesn't have to begin on a stage. It begins in how you treat yourself in quiet moments, small choices, and even your own inner dialogue. This is how we live louder without burning out. All right. Let's get to our mini tarot pull for the week. For those of us who have been hiding parts of themselves just to survive. Okay, let's go with our old school universal Rider-Waite tarot deck. All right, let's ask, what can we learn when we stop hiding ourselves? What can we learn when we stop hiding ourselves? Okay. And here we've got the Four of Cups. There we go. So you can see the stubbornness that's happening in this card, right? So cups are our emotions. Fours are about stability. But in this instance, when we're thinking about what we can learn when we stop hiding ourselves, we can learn to stop being so stubborn about sharing our emotions, right? There are gifts that are being presented to us that we can't even pay attention to because we're so stuck on the perfection here of these other cups that we're not even paying attention to what the universe is trying to bring us. So when we allow ourselves to stop doing what we've always done, right, to get out of our own way, to stop being so focused on things that probably have nothing to do with us, then we start to get those gifts and those messages from spirit that we've been waiting for and been asking for, but haven't been paying attention to the response. And underneath this is the beautiful star card. And I got a lot of light happening. So the star card is a big message underneath all of this about our need to replenish, right? Again, big emotion card, big focus on the idea that replenishing ourselves and diving into and wrapping ourselves up with our emotions, that is not only helping us, not only replenishing us, It's replenishing every single thing around us, right? It's feeding everything else. And that's so important as we think about ways for us to stop hiding underneath it. We know it's time for us to start replenishing and focusing on ourselves and taking that moment to be vulnerable, right? This person in the car is totally naked. It's about being vulnerable and allowing that to replenish us, to listen to ourselves, listen to spirit. We know underneath whatever chaos is going on that it's time that we make those changes, and we can do that by not ignoring anymore the answers, the gifts, the messages that are coming forward from the universe that we're too stubborn to see right now. Okay? So here's what I want you to remember. This isn't the rehearsal. This is your entrance. The version of you that doesn't overperform, over explain, or over apologize, that's the one the world's been waiting for. And if this landed for you this week, drop a comment and let me know which part of you is ready to take up more space. I want to see you. Other people want to see you. Where are you going to show up? I also want you to check out this week's Substack for more insights, journal prompts, and integration tools on this whole idea that we talked about today. It will be linked in the description. And of course, as always, you can book a call with me if you're ready to work together on some long-term embodied transformation through my ongoing coaching program. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been holding back and needs a little nudge to show up and shine. That's it for this week. Stay true to you, start living louder, and stay magical, y'all.